Here's the multimedia logo.
Transforming your house into the high-tech home you've always dreamed of is now easily within reach. Welcome to American Netlink, bringing you affordable automation. Take active control.
Okay. That's good.
What are you focused on?
On everything now. It's pulled out.
You should be on the screen still.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's rough.
Okay. The ActiveLink line was created to provide affordable automation for the average American home. If you look at the automation business as it exists today, a dealer would have to sell many different product lines. He would have to convince the customer, for instance, that they should have a Lutron Light Touch or a Vantage lighting control system. They would have to convince the customer that they needed to have a specific security system. They would have to convince the customer that they wanted to buy an HVAC control system like a Unity or an Enerstat. They would then need to convince the customer that Audio Ease or Audio Access or Elan or even Sony was the right audio distribution product to put throughout the house. And then to make it all work together, they'd have to add an AMX or a Crestron system on top. So Bob and I said, well, why is that? Why does it have to be? It's too much work. Then the guy has to convince the consumer that not only can all that stuff work together, but I can make it work for you. So the ActiveLink line was designed to take all the best features of all those lines, put them into one brand that the dealer could sell, just one brand name, and their sophistication and service to the average home. All this doesn't mean anything unless it's affordable. An ActiveLink system can go into houses as small as $150,000. Basic system with 24 channels of lighting control, basic Ademco alarm, a thermostat, and 8 keypads could run as little as $5,000 at retail. The basis of the system is the 8-button keypad and the 4-button keypad, and we've developed this onion skin pre-kiss cut labeling system that you simply run through the printer, and at the end of the software programming you hit print labels, and this simply comes out and they can change labels at any time. Notice they are also in a Decora opening so that if you wanted to put a volume control next to them or other keypads together, you could do that also. And that also allows us to make them in many different colors. The heart of the system is called the DRP. In a small home you may only have one DRP, but in a large home you may have several of them. That stands for Distributed Regional Processing. This gives us 24 channels of inputs and outputs, has an Ethernet port, as well as an RS-232 port, and it's powered by an Intel processor. The power functions are controlled by boxes such as this. This is the LightLink 8, and this controls 8 light sources. There is also a PowerLink 8, which controls relays, as well as a MotorLink 4, which controls curtains or shutters. Audio control of the system is handled by a product called an AudioLink 4, and that device takes 4 audio inputs. It has 4 infrared outputs for controlling the audio equipment, and then it digitizes the signal and puts it onto the Ethernet bus, where it can then be decoded in any room by our digital amplifier. HVAC control can be accomplished in two ways. One is with the RES, the room environment sensor, and this device senses temperature, humidity, light, and sound, as well as it has an input for remote control. Or you could use a simple active link thermostat. The crowning jewel of the line is the KPI. It stands for Keypad Interactive. And this was based on ATM technology. Everyone is used to using the ATMs at the bank to get money out. It's all icon based. You simply press a soft touch button and it will move through the screens and communicate with the homeowner. Did you film this? Did you take this?
Go ahead.
We developed a large-scale keypad to make it easy to demonstrate lights being controlled. You can simply press a single button and the foyer will light up. You can turn the fireplace on. You can turn your television on. And by turning a light on and holding it down, you can dim the light as well. Or you can launch scenes. And a scene is a group of lights all coming on at different brightnesses to create accents throughout the house.
Go.
By simply pressing the foyer light, we can turn on the outside foyer. Or we can light the fireplace. We can turn the TV on. Or we can turn all the lights on in the house with the press of one simple button. That's it.
Okay, go.
Oh. The next product is called NetLight. And that's this device up here on top of the television. There's a new product which several manufacturers will have coming out, which are called TV web browsers. And this allows people to cruise the internet over the television. People such as Sony and Philips are spending an exorbitant amount of money advertising these new products. Our value add on this product is that, number one, the competitors, you must sign up to their service. And no one's ever heard of web TV until just now. But everyone's comfortable with people like America Online, Microsoft Network, CompuServe, and Prodigy. So with the NetLight box, what will happen is when you first turn it on, you'll see 4 icons for those services. You'll click on the icon and it'll explain their value, what you get for your $19.95, and a little bit about their network. When you decide that's the one you want, you click on it, you click sign up, and it will automatically launch you into that, accept your credit card information, and then you're now on the America Online Network, or whichever one you happen to choose. Our second value add is that a lot of the remote controls that are being sold with these products are very difficult to use. They're small. This one happens to be small. Others don't have a lot of buttons on them, so you can't do a lot of the control features that you need. We are working through a company called One For All, and what we will deliver with our device is a remote somewhat similar to this with a trackball up here, which will allow you to surf the net, but as well, this remote control already knows the codes for all your electronics. Since the NetLight box sits in the same cabinet, in the same area as a person's stereo system and video system, why not have it control that also? The third value add that we provide is home automation. Why not control the rest of the house also? The system will have software which sits on top of it, and one of the choices will be home control. And you'll be able to set your alarm system, turn your lights on and off, set your thermostat back. You can do this in the home, or you can do this from anywhere in the world by simply logging on the internet and then entering your passcode. It could as well be set up to work with smart cards. It can speak in the X10 protocol, or it should CBus or LawnWorks become more widely distributed, it could simply be changed in software software to speak over that protocol also. That's pretty much it. TVNet is the most exciting product to be introduced in the computer age. TVNet is the ultimate convergence product. It combines not only full computing power, but also all the audio, video, and multimedia functions with home control, banking, utility controls, the ability to surf the internet, all in one package. TVNet is a base platform which will include digital Dolby surround sound in the base package. It will include decoding of MPEG sources such as DSS or digital video disc. It will allow the distribution of audio, video, and data throughout the home in the digital domain. No one has ever done this before. This is the world premiere of TVNet. TVNet.
Yes, Tom.
It's showtime.
Great. Welcome, honored guests. You are about to see the future of home automation today.
From who?
American Netlink. Of course.
I will need some light.
Okay, Tom.
Now we'll demonstrate some of the functionality of TVNet. Let's take a look at the screen. First place we're going to go to is lighting. You simply click on the lighting control.
Light control menu.
It announces where it's going so that you always know what's happening with the system. By simply moving your mouse over by simply moving the remote control over a button and clicking on that button,
Turning on all lights.
we can turn all the lights on. As well, I can turn all the lights
Turning
off.
off all lights.
If you want to inspect individual rooms, this information is shared with the end user over here. By clicking on rooms,
For your keypad.
that brings up the keypads for those rooms, and then the information is over here. By simply clicking on one of the buttons, for instance, we can start the fireplace, or shut the fireplace off. We can turn on the house accent, or shut the house accent off. As well, we can speak to the system and tell the system that you'd like to turn the house accent on simply by saying house accent, and it will automatically come on. We can view other rooms by selecting the next button,
Family room keypad.
and so on. Back out of lighting control, we go to the main menu again, and we want to go into climate control.
Climate control and monitoring menu.
Now this allows us to adjust heat and air conditioning or the auto. As well, we can inspect the individual zones from here. If we want to turn the air conditioning on,
Air conditioning is on. Fan is on.
we simply select cool. If we'd like to get a look at our utility bills,
Utilities menu.
by selecting this, it will bring up and load your bills. Now the utility sends this information to you electronically. What you're viewing right now, are scanned images. The utility has the ability to send information electronically so that you'll just be able to scroll up and down on the image.
Here is your electric bill. Your bill is within normal bounds at $120.
By clicking on the bill again, that shrinks it back down. If you want to check on our next bill,
This is your telephone bill. Here is your telephone bill. Your bill is due in 5 days.
and to exit that menu, we simply click up here. Or we can choose the menu that says to pay the bills, and simply go right into banking and transfer the funds from your account right into the utilities account. We can launch the internet by simply pressing a button.
Launching internet.
This will bring up your internet web browser and take you to the site that you have chosen to be the first place you want to go. Now that might be America Online, it might be Microsoft Network, it may be Prodigy, it could be any number, even Netscape. What we've chosen to do is to launch the internet service and go directly to American Netlink homepage. I pause.
No, I didn't. Yeah. What time is the guy gonna come? He's down there now. Oh, yeah.
Okay, this has brought us to the American Netlink page. So of course we can simply launch into that page and go view the other items that are on it. Active link system. This page is still under development, but of course you can search anywhere on the internet. And we'll log off the internet. By simply doing that. I'm going to show audio-video functionality.
Audio, video menu.
In today's age of technology, the most popular CD players will all be changers. It doesn't make sense anymore to have just a 5 or 10 disc changer, when for $500 you can go out and buy a changer such as this from a brand like Sony or Pioneer, which will hold 200 discs. The problem arises as to how do you control those 200 discs? How do you get to them? How do you know it's there? Well, of course, the answer is TVNet.
TVNet gives complete CD jukebox control.
Complete jukebox control. What does that mean? Well, that means I can get to any album, anywhere, anytime. It gives me a graphical representation of what's up there. I can change to the next album. And then by simply clicking on a song,
Get ready for Carol King and the R&B song, I Feel the Earth Move.
No. Go.
so we shrink the menu back down like so. And then of course we can launch right into VCR. Or close it.
Let's rock this joint!
Of course, this is our VCR control. We can turn the volume up. And down. We can fast forward. can altogether get out of that. Our next demo moves into the Laserdisc, and for Laserdisc we've set up a scene, a scene that you may have in a home theater. You simply click Laserdisc, and TVNet takes care of the rest.
Sit back and relax and let TVNet entertain you.
TVNet has shut all the lights off and started the Laserdisc player. Selected Dolby Surround Sound.
Underestimate the power of the Force. A shadowy reflection. You don't believe me? You can take what you wish. You will join us or die. Oh, there is no escape. You may fire when ready. Tell them! Shoot them. Kill her. Terminator. Enough, she died!
And of course that brings us right back out and brings our lights back up. Next we'd like to take you through security. TVNet is very, very powerful. Before we hit security, when you turn your
You've
system
got
on,
mail.
it should be smart enough to let you know if you have mail, which this of course just did. By clicking on our mail button,
Please enter box no.
it will then launch a keypad
Word.
and ask you for your number. We're going to put our code in.
This is Caroline's mailbox. There is mail waiting.
We have examples of email, which if you click on that will launch you on the internet and go retrieve your mail for you. Or on the right hand side we have basically in-house mail. So if you want to leave a message for your son or your daughter, your husband, wife, whatever the case may be, you can leave it electronically. And rather than hoping they look at the refrigerator, when they come in and turn on TVNet, which is the main controller for the entire house, it will let them know they have mail to look at. We're going to view or listen to voicemail.
Here is your voicemail.
Hi Carolyn, it's Tom Coffin. I hope you're enjoying your preview of TVNet, the world's first entertainment computer. And of course you can save or
Thank
erase
you, Caroline. Have a great day.
any of those messages. No longer do you need a separate answering machine, a separate email service, a place to write the notes. Everything's combined into one with TVNet. Now we'll go into security control.
Security menu. The security system is disarmed.
And of course TVNet announces that it's disarmed, but it also shows that it's disarmed. And by simply moving our cursor, we can bypass or go into options or arm. We can check zones over here, see what's been bypassed or what is inside of a zone. We're going to arm the system in the away mode.
To arm system in home mode, enter code.
We need another click to go to vacation.
To arm system in vacation mode, enter code.
And then finally the away mode.
To arm system in away mode, enter code.
We simply come down and enter our code.
Code accepted. Thank you, Mr. Kessler. I will take care of turning off all of your lights and electronics and appliances. I will set your house in the energy savings mode and arm your security system. Should a problem arise, I will notify you. Have a nice day, Mr. Kessler.
And of course, what TVNet has just done is it's shut all of our lights off. It has made sure all the audio-video equipment has been shut off. It's armed our security system and set the thermostat back to an acceptable temperature. You can now have it programmed to simply shut the viewing device off that you're using, such as a TV or a computer monitor, or it can just stay up like this in the house, whichever you prefer. And certainly, TVNet is the most advanced product of its kind on the market. It will dominate the home controls industry, as well as the computer industry, as well as the audio-video market. Thank you.
I have camera-itis, man. Absolute camera-itis.